Hey, what's up? Instagram TV and YouTube. This is your boy Jay, aka Herc420 on Instagram and Herc213 on YouTube, and I am back with another video for you guys today. And today I just really did a reading on an article I just read about California's wellness and spiritual communities are having a problem with the so-called Quanon. I don't know what that really means, or I should really rephrase this. California wellness communities has a problem with Quanon community reading, and I just really want to throw out a few cards. Just addressing this topic, and because when I was reading this article about California's wellness communities and spiritual communities have a problem with Quanon, and it's kind of like linked to kind of like right-wing conspiracy stuff and all that too, about distrust of the vaccines and all that stuff too. And I just really want to address this too because I'm in the wellness community also, as being a yoga teacher for a year, and just making a space for people to really just feel at ease and feel at home. I just really want to address how important it is to really hold space for others, especially for those who have different opinions of us, and to not to really bash them or just put them down or make them feel less than and all that too. Because when it comes to wellness too, and especially in the wellness and spiritual communities, it's important for us to really hold space for people, to really provide service for them, to make them feel at ease. We're not saying we're doctors or anything like that too. I'm not totally against that whatsoever. I'm staying in my lane of expertise here. It's just like as a yoga teacher, even as a content creator, it's really important for us to really just hold space for people, to really, not practice non-harm, especially in the yoga practice too. In the Sanskrit, always talked about, not practicing non-harm, not harm with our words, and especially non-harm with our actions. And I just really want to address how important it is. And I encourage for those yoga teachers and content creators who are watching this video to really integrate that in your own lifestyle, Ayurvedic practice, self-care routine, wherever that fits, whatever you guys going to call your lifestyle. Because, when we practice non-harm, especially, when we're with our words and with our actions too, it really can just, take us far. And, we make mistakes along the way too as human beings. We slip up, we talk shit, or we just, we have our moments of anger and frustration, etc., etc. We have like disagreements with some other people, and that's that's human nature. That's I'm not going to sugarcoat anything about it. It's just like as a yoga teacher, as someone in the spiritual and wellness community also, who just loves yoga, who loves essential oils, who loves weed, who loves tarot cards, oracle cards, who loves video games. Video games is a totally different thing. I just like to hold space for people to really just be themselves, to really, share some their ideas, to really make them feel at ease, and make them provide an awesome content for them too, and just really, how can I say this? Oh yeah, to make them feel at ease, kind of like when it comes to like sharing ideas how I can really support their health, to really how to really just share any ideas and tools and services that can really help them with their lifestyle, when it comes to essential oils, etc., etc. And I'm not totally against doctors who really are in the mental health field or in the medical field too. I have my utmost respect for them too, for what the stuff they do. Because in a space, especially, if you really want to teach in person or even online too, it's really important for us to really stay healthy whether, we getting our vaccines, for the COVID-19, what's going on there, especially, to protect ourselves from the variants, wearing our mask if necessary if we're in a crowded area. And, for those who are really just want to be staying safe, wherever it helps us stay safe, and whether we wearing our masks, getting our COVID-19 shots, even just like, when it comes to eating vegan and just, and just, practicing yoga, it's really, really, really should strive to really just, find ways to really just, staying healthy, staying sane, and just providing a space for people to really, to feel at ease and feel at home too. Because community is important, especially in a yoga practice too, and just, and in any setting too, whatsoever, in a wellness space, in the spiritual space, to make people feel at home and sense of community where people can share ideas and not, and just, grow with each other and not bash at each other, competing with each other, and just trying to take someone's head off or putting them down whatsoever. I'm totally against all kind of actions and stuff like that too. So that's really I want to address as a yoga teacher and as a wellness student too. I'm still learning about my yoga practice too, even if I'm a certified yoga teacher. And the more I share and learn, the more I will love to share with you guys too, which you can all benefit from it. You guys can benefit from it in your own way, basically. But I just really want to pull 4 cards, relating to this article I read from LA Times, about the California's wellness community's problem with quinine. And the first 2 cards that I have too is I got the Emperor card and I got the Tower. And with these 2 cards too, it just feels like, with the Emperor, there's a lot of leaders and, wellness leaders in the wellness community are just really having a tough time, I should say, like, a lot of leaders are really just leaving the wellness community too, like, in certain spaces when it comes to this issue with quinine. It's just like they're, you know, most teachers, I just had a feeling that, most teachers are really trying their best, to really just, or they were trying their best to really just provide a safe space for people to really just to experience and to feel at ease, and to connect with the other people. But, with the tower moment, it just feels like, it's just like a lot of, crazy things are happening in the wellness community, with especially with the issue with quinine. And it's just, it's making a lot of people just, to feel like they need to leave, with the tower moment too. It's just like, they just don't feel like it's like they don't feel at home, or they're not feeling respected, or they just, they feel like they're being put down, with the tower. And just like with the Emperor, going back to this one, it just feels like a lot of leaders here too with the Emperor card. A lot of leadership energy here. And just like with the tower, it's just like things are crumbling down in this wellness community. So people are leaving and just, and it just, just having a hard time, dealing with that too. It's really unfortunate, because in the wellness community too, there's so much stuff that people can really learn from and to enjoy and to really benefit from it too. It's so amazing how, a simple meditation, guided meditation practice can really help you bring some mental clarity, mental, physical, and spiritual clarity within our body and within our whole being. And just, with the conspiracies and with the quinine stuff too, I'm not totally, understanding it. And I don't want anyone attacking me about it whatsoever too, because I'm not political. I'm just speaking from an open perspective here. It's just unfortunate, and it's just like, that most leaders in the spiritual community are going through this tough time, especially with this, with the divisiveness and just with the divisiveness, especially in the tower moment too, so I just really want to address that. But, the other 2 cards I pulled too, and it's just really want to share this information. and I got the Knight of Wands, and I got the Devil card. And let's see if you guys can see it. And with these two cards too, especially, see, I could pull this up. With the Knight of Wands and the Devil card together. Oh, sorry about that. Ooh. With the Knight of Wands and the Devil card too, it's just like we really, especially for people in the wellness community, I really have to be mindful of superficiality and temptation and all that stuff too, and what you and so on and so forth. Because with this Knight of Wands, this is really about passion, and stuff like that too. And the Devil card is really about temptation, superficiality, heavy stuff, and it's just like these two cards together. It's just to really be mindful of, not to really to dabble into really, how can I say this? Really, really know what you're getting into when it comes to, the people who you listen to and so on and so forth. And just like, with the Knight of Wands, this is really all about passion, but with the Devil card with this together too, it's just to be really, really be mindful of what you're getting into, who you're listening to, and who you're getting your information from too. Just with superficiality with the Devil card too, because not everything as it is as it seems. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. We all have free will. It's just like to be really mindful of, what you're getting into, who you're listening to, and all that stuff too. And really just, be mindful of that. Superficiality is never a good thing too. And just, with like, going back to the Knight of Wands is all about passion, going through, being passionate about something. It's just like, with the Devil card. It's really, you really have to, especially for us in the wellness community, we really have to be really mindful of superficiality, not to practice spiritual bypassing whatsoever. That's pretty much what I just got with these two cards. Not be really mindful of people who are practicing spiritual bypassing, just using spirituality just to get like a cult following, or just like people who make you feel weird at ease about something, or they're just doing it out of their own game, just line their own pockets instead of helping people. Just really being mindful of who you're listening to, who you're connecting with too, and just really being mindful of the superficiality, and just people who are sending you heavy heavy stuff or anything like that too, with the when it comes to the fact comes to our mental health, and so on and so forth too, and especially in the wellness community too, like with the vaccines and all that too. It's really just really be mindful of superficiality when it comes to the wellness spaces. Really, really be mindful of that too. Who you're listening to, who you're connecting with too, because superficiality, and just be passionate, be passionate about, and with the Knight of Wands, to see people being passionate about in the wellness spaces, it's just really be mindful of who you're listening to too, who you're trying to connect with, and who you're trying to just get your information from. Because in a wellness spaces, it should really should strive to really be safe and healthy on a regular basis. And if people want to get their COVID shots too, that's totally cool. And it's good to really be safe, and really to be considerate of others, in the wellness spaces and the spiritual spaces, and not put anyone down and have a cult following whatsoever too. That's not a good thing to, strive for in the wellness spaces. And I'm not going to really strive for that either. That's the last thing I want to do. And I want people to check me if I go down that road too. And so with this, sorry to go on a tangent. It's just like with the Knight of Wands and the Devil cards here together. It's just to really be mindful of what you're getting into, and who you're listening to, where you're getting your information from too. Always, just be mindful of that too, and just be on the lookout for superficiality of people who are spiritually bypassing, who are using spirituality for really heavy intentions, with the devil card too. But with the Knight of Wands, I got, Passion card too. It's just like, if you really want to get into wellness spaces, you have the free will to do so. But with the devil card too, it's really together, is just really being mindful of what you're getting into, who you're listening to, where you're getting the information from, and all that too. And really just, trust your gut with that. And so I'm going to share these cards again. If I spoke pretty quickly, I'm going to share these cards again, just so do a little review. So with the first card, I got the Emperor. There's a lot of leadership there too when it comes to the wellness spaces, what's going on in the communities. There's a lot of leaders there, but there's with the Tower moment, it just feels like, things are crumbling down and people are leaving because of this planning problem too. With the Tower card, it feels like they're leaving just because it feels like the wellness space isn't as it used to be, and it's totally different. And people are just leaving left and right, with the Tower card. And with the Knight of Wands, I just feel like, people are still, connecting with the wellness spaces, going to these spaces and just, to gain some mental and physical and spiritual clarity. But it's also to be good to be mindful of superficiality, to truly be weary of people who are practicing spiritual bypassing, who are using spirituality as a way of as a cult following, or just like people are lining their pockets, or are using spirituality for not good reasons, for heavy reasons. Really being mindful of that energy too, of superficiality and temptation and all that too. Just really being mindful of who you're getting your information from, and for any superficiality, spiritual bypassing, etc., for the devil card. Oof. So sorry, I gotta sage myself from that energy there too. I just feel heavy, but hopefully you guys gain something from this reading, also, especially from the cards I shared too, relating to this article. I'll definitely post a link to the article too from the LA Times if you guys want to check it out. And may we continue to creatively grow in our own lifestyles that not only benefit us as human beings, but our loved ones and our environment. And I'll see you guys around with more content for us to learn and enjoy on my YouTube channel, and especially on my Instagram. And much love to you all. And many blessings to you all. And stay safe and healthy out there. And I have nothing but love and admiration for you guys too. Namaste.